everyone.
Hi.
So a few months ago, Jeff and I went walking around Katie's neighborhood with her.
He's
And so
hyper.
she has a new puppy.
Yeah.
Tell her about the puppy.
So he's a Pomsky. You say hi?
Hi. That's you.
Yeah, look.
It's you. They don't see movies. They don't
Oh.
understand it.
Oh.
It's so interesting.
Okay, Start
Anyway.
the video over.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
he's being so bad, Mom.
He's
Go
cute.
to.
Anyway, so when we were doing a walk around her neighborhood, I told everyone that she had the out-of-body experience, and sometime I would interview her and share, so she can share her experience a little bit, because it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
And so I thought we were outside tonight running the dogs around, right? Jenny's 2 dogs and your dog.
Yeah.
And so we're just at a park here, and so we thought we'd take a few minutes, and Katie can share some of the things that she learned, kind of what set it up,
Yeah.
and what you learned from that experience and how it affected you in your life.
Right. So in 2015, let's make sure the dog doesn't knock over. He's in the
Let
mood
me
to
hold him.
play right now. I don't think he's gonna let you hold him.
Oh, okay.
Of course, this is the one time he is like this. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna let him. Oh, he'll go in there. Okay,
No.
I'm focused. So in 2015, I had a procedure done and I got put under, and I ended up having an out-of-body experience, and it was kind of shocking. Like afterwards. So I'll just tell a little bit about it. So I went in and I was in the hospital, and then they like did the whole thing, and then they put me under, and when I woke up I was like, I saw guardian angels and went to heaven. I don't think it was heaven, I think it was the spirit world, but that's how I described it. And so I was just kind of shocked, like, by the whole thing. And I, like, at that time I was like in between both realms still, so like I was like half in my body and half still there. And so like I didn't have any fear or any worry. I didn't think like, what do people think? I just was like, to the anesthesiologist, I was like, you two are soulmates, and like just telling them like how
They
I
have
saw
done so much to help people.
yeah, like
You
such
could
good
see that.
people. And then when I got to my doctor, I was like, you saved so many lives. Like I could see that. And so I was just like telling her all this stuff. And I didn't know that she was the doctor who would run down at St. Mark's into the women's center and then run back up to her office. And so like if there was a major situation, she would come and deal with it. And so like I just told her that, and then I ended up just at that point telling my husband like what I saw. So I saw my grandparents, and then I saw Calvin's grandpa, but I didn't see his grandma, and his grandma had passed away, but she was with his sister who had lost custody of her 5 children. And so that makes sense now. At the time, like, but she didn't visit me and stuff. And then I saw, I was told that my grandma Burling had lived a good life and that it was her time to go soon. And she passed away about a year after that. And then I saw that we all have like a purpose, and we all came to live with a purpose. But a lot of us are scared and we're like caring too much about what other people think or what they perceive of us, or like going outside of ourselves to find our answers, instead of really asking like what we feel inside, and really going within our own inner self and our soul and our spirit. Yeah. And like a lot of times we're like, well, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And instead of like not going outside and listening to everybody else's opinions, it's really about, what do I think about this? How do I feel about this? And so like we lose who we are. And I feel like that happens from like we're young, and then as soon as we get into adulthood, it's like we've been conditioned to care what people think and all these things. And so I saw that we really need to like live our purpose and listen to our heart. And the way to do that is to like take downtime to really like go within yourself and find out like what you think and what you feel, and start tapping into your heart and getting out of your head, because in our head we don't make our decisions, it's in our heart. And so and then I saw that we have one chance to live, and I don't know, some people think we have several lives. Well, I saw that we had one chance to live, that's it, one chance, and that we're just being safe, and that we need to dare to live. Like, this world's like a playground. And I saw that it was like, you know how little kids like go play on a playground? We're supposed to like be excited and like go after our passions and things that make us feel alive, which is like a playground for children, and really like dive into that. And so before that, I was so terrified of like public speaking or reading in front of people. And at that time, I like afterwards I started really like going within myself and finding like what I think, and not like what I've been told to think my whole life, but what do I truly think, and like how do I feel about stuff, and just like what makes me feel alive, you know. And so for me to share the message for other people so that they can like really follow their passions in their heart and like listen to their own inner soul, and just live life fully, like a playground, like dare to play. And so after that, I basically like started to like open myself up to like working through my public speaking fears.
And you spoke at a number of places.
Yeah, now I spoke at IANS and like different places. Next weekend, no, it is this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm speaking at a retreat, and so just like different places that I get asked to share the message, I do. And just to like help people remember, like, because I saw that a lot of people forgot their purpose and they forgot their own inner answers. And so it's just to like reconnect, take out your parents, your siblings, your husbands, everybody else's opinions on your life, and really just figure out what are your own answers. In fact, my mom, I feel like, has been doing that the last little while of like, she got out of daycare and just started like listening to like what do I need next, and not what do people think I should be doing, but what does she need. And so it's kind of fun to watch people like step into what they want to do and stuff. And then what else did I see? Just to not let your mind. So I saw that like everything's energy, and that everything like has energy, and so everything can be like shifted, but also like our thoughts are just in our mind. And so I learned to step out of my worries and my thoughts and start to observe them, which is how I work through like my biggest fears and be able to get on the stage and speak about my out of body experience. And it was actually really hard the very first time. I remember like driving to it, like just kind of arguing with God, like, you better show up for me. That's all I got to say, because this is the scariest thing I've ever done. And I didn't let any of my family go except my husband, because it was just too much. Like, it was too stressful. But and then I got on the stage, and like, you never know, like all the thoughts prior to that, like for 2 months straight, were like, you're stupid, you're dumb, nobody's gonna listen, nobody's gonna be inspired, they're gonna think you made it up, and like, you know, all the chaos that your mind talks. And yeah, and that's
Monkey
the mind's
mind.
job, is to just make your life chaotic.
Yep.
And when we start to like really listen to like take yourself out of your mind and start tapping into your heart. So I got told to listen to your heart, not everything else around you, including your mind, including your relationships. Like, they don't know what your desires are, only you do. And so just really like stepping into your own feelings. And so I spoke, and like it actually went really well. Like, in fact, my husband says that a lot of women are like emotional listening, and just like, so after I got off, I couldn't believe it. Like, I did it, and I faced the fear. And so
You face your fears.
so just like working through your fears, because a lot of times our fears are actually gifts. They can be like a gift too. And it's like the adversary trying to stop us from like living truly, like fully. And like even right now, I'm in the middle of like it's called HD school. It's called human design. And before, that would have made me nervous, because my self-talk, my fear, everybody has like a wound, right? And everybody's wound is like
A wounded child
Yeah.
comes up. We
Right.
all do.
Yeah, we all
We
do.
can hide it, but it's still there.
Yeah, and mine was that I'm stupid and I'm dumb and I'm not smart, and that's not true. And so like I've been able to face that. And so now I'm in this like 16-week course of like, it's so much information, but like after I learn it all, I'll be able to help a lot of people. And it's like helping people live to their own design, like who you're designed to be. And so, but that's something I wouldn't have done before, because I would have been nervous, like, what if I don't do good? And what if I don't do good? oh well,
Yes.
at least I did it.
Yes.
Because before it was like, you know, you talk yourself out of what you really want, and here we have like all these people living dead end jobs, and they feel numb and
They
they
feel
hate
dead
life.
inside.
They feel dead. And so I got told, from my husband and I, especially, like, so there were some things I got told just for my husband, but so for him, I got told that he felt dead inside, and that he needed to live your dreams and your purpose and your passion, and to step into your heart and like really listen. And since then, he's become a firefighter, and he's really like he's the type who runs into emergencies, and he's been able to save like several lives. But prior to that, it was like probably, you know, it was probably like risky to do stuff like that with a family. But and it's just like open one door to the next, and it's all just like open doors. And so,
And you were shown too that our angels, our ministering angels, are really sad when we don't step into what they see we can do. They
Yeah.
have a real interest in our lives.
yeah,
We do have a team that's our family or whatever, and they care about us, and they're watching us from youth,
yeah,
from when we're really young, and they're cheering for us,
yeah.
and they want us to be our best self.
Yeah, and our guardian angels, I saw that, like I saw a ton of, like hundreds of guardian angels. I saw like my family, extended family who passed away. But then I also saw like people who I knew who they were in that realm when I was there, but I didn't know who they were on earth. And so like, we know who a lot of our guardian angels are. And I still to this day couldn't like name them, but I knew them, and they cared for me. And like, I got taught that, yeah, we can pray to Heavenly Father and Jesus, but we also can, and it's not like praying, but it's just like communicating to our ancestors of like, hey, I
We need
really
some help.
need this. I really need you to open a door for this, and I need support in this area. And I know that you on the other side can do more than I can do on this side, and so I'm asking for your guidance and help, and they really can do that.
Well, I think it's an interesting concept. So, if you were a father, wouldn't you want to teach your children how to help everyone, or would you want to be the glory hog? Would you want all of the glory for yourself? No, you would. What you would do is train your people on the other side to help answer prayers.
Yeah.
So it's not one person doing everything, like one God answering everything and doing everything, but he utilizes ministering angels, people on the other side who help their ancestors or who have a vested interest in their life.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I believe that with all my heart. That
Well, and that is their purpose, actually.
that's their purpose on
We
the other
think
side.
like they're doing amazing things. That's actually what they're doing.
Yeah, they're
is-
helping
is
us.
And so that was a shock too. Like,
It was a shock for me with my dad. I'm like,
yeah,
wow, he's there for me? Are you kidding?
yeah,
No, he's been there for everybody else.
yeah.
But I got to see that.
And they have extra abilities from that side. Like, so if we're quiet and all of a sudden we like there's been times where I like ask a question, and then all of a sudden I get like an answer, and it's like, oh, like clear as day, but I wasn't even like talking to anybody, you know. But now I'm like aware, and I will ask specific questions and try to like find, just like wait for an answer or whatever. But so they're around us often, and they care, and they want to guide our lives. And that's actually, it's interesting because I look at it sometimes like if like a mom passes away. Actually, I know a woman who passed away and she had like 5 kids, and they actually can do more on the other side for us. So that was a little bit surprising too.
Open
Like,
doors and
yeah, and protecting, like
soft
say you're about
hearts.
to get in an accident, there's just like so many things they can do that we don't see because we're like blinded to it. And
with the
so
veil.
yeah, so just like calling upon them, and like, yeah, so since then I've been able to really,
You've really stepped into a lot of your gifts, Katie. You mentor people, you help people, you speak, you have
yeah,
a website, you have a lot of things that you have done that has required a lot of bravery, a lot of courage,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
I'm blessed to be your mom, and I'm glad
Thanks.
that you have
My mom
stepped
definitely
in.
taught us kids to think outside the box.
Well,
so,
I had to in my life. You know, that's how it is. I had to.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing I got told, is that we pick our parents. And so there's no accidents in that. And I think everybody, even my mom, had issues with parents. I had issues with my parents that we all have to overcome. And like, so that was really helpful for me to see like, oh, I chose into this. And there were certain lessons, like, and it's my free
Mhm.
agency. Like, I actually think we get to pick way more than what we realize.
Yeah, we're
And
not victims.
yeah. So I got to pick my mom and my dad. So like, I don't know. I know that sounds kind of like, if you think back, how is that possible? But it is, because I saw it. So, oh, and another really cool thing is Jessie was pregnant with Addie, and I saw Addie. So babies can actually come between the veil.
Okay,
Back
so
and
you
forth.
got to see her
Yeah, so
ahead of time.
so I think their spirit can kind of come in and out, because I saw her and I knew she was gonna have some issues, and so I told Jess ahead of time.
That was a mistake, huh?
No,
Almost.
it prepared her, but then
Mhm.
it was good because Addie was a NICU baby, and then she was on oxygen for a year, and like she really did have that. And so it's kind of like good in a way that you're like, oh, this was supposed to
Prepared a
be.
little.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was supposed to happen. It probably did. Going through it probably was just traumatizing in general, because it's like you have to leave your baby at the NICU. That would be awful. But in like knowing that we just all do have so much help from the other side, and like, are we calling upon it? Are we asking for their help? Are you communicating? And yeah, you might look a little crazy being like, hey, you know, but just driving down the street.
Yeah.
You can be in your own car by yourself and be like, hey grandma, I really need help with this kid in this situation.
Mhm.
It's really hard for me right now. Can I have your
And
guidance? They already know that. That's what's funny.
They don't take the place, like, it's not like you're praying to it's not like anybody takes the place of Heavenly Father.
No.
Not at all. Just because you have a connection, it's like if I'm talking with you, does that mean just because we can't see them? We have this weird idea, but you still have your connection with Heavenly Father or God or your source, whatever name you choose to put to your divine, whatever. Everybody has.
Yeah.
Some people have different realities about what God is, but the fact is there is life after death, and that people are there for you, and that experience was a catalyst to transform your life and also your husband's.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. And I look back now and I'm like, it's interesting, the things that I used to fear, or the ways I used to be like, oh, what is this person thinking, or not like stepping into things that I would want to do, because
Of being afraid.
yeah. And one of my fears was that you're going to be told that you made this up, and then people told me that, and it was like, actually I know I didn't, so it doesn't really matter, you know. And then you're
I
like,
agree.
it just, you hit all your fears, you have to face them anyways.
You have to
That's the
face
whole
them.
point of living, is really truly living. And like, one of the things I got told is live your life fully. Like, live your life fully. So now, like, if I'm like, we were white rafting in Idaho, and it was scary. I'm just telling you, me and my husband both fell out.
Oh yeah.
And we were out in the deep like waves, and during that time I was like, okay, I'm living my life fully. I don't know that I'll choose to do that again.
But the guy right there pulled you out.
Yeah, and it was fine, but like we were all just kind of going to the like chill part of the lake, or the river, and then I was like, live your life fully. Like, you just think, you just dare to do more things. And so my message wasn't just for me, it's for me to share for others, and for you guys to remember, like, why did you come here? What makes you feel alive? Are you in a job that makes you feel dead? Are you doing things that doesn't excite you? And that body, it'll feel like a yes or a no. Like, you'll know.
You'll
And
know.
are you listening to it?
You'll know.
Yeah, if you're done with a situation,
You'll
just
know.
be done. Like,
You'll
just move
know.
on.
And your mind will try to scare you and tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't do something new.
Yeah.
But that's where life is. That's out in the fray, out in the forefront, growing and learning in a new way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna head out now.
All right.
But we want to say goodbye. Coda, can you say goodbye to the people? He's so sweet. We've had a great evening. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
And find something that you can do. Stretch yourself, go on an adventure, and get out of your comfort zone.
My mom's gonna post the link below if you want to hear the full story. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.